Let's be honest. The moment a woman you care about starts ignoring you, something inside your chest tightens. It's that quiet panic you don't tell anyone about. That sinking feeling like you're losing something you never fully had. And the most dangerous part of it is this. You don't know if her silence means she's losing interest or falling in love deeper than she expected. Because here's the truth most men never hear. When a woman's feelings grow too strong, too real, too intense, she doesn't always move closer. Sometimes she pulls away. Sometimes the woman who cares the most becomes the quietest. And if you've ever felt that sudden shift, those slower replies, that missing warmth, that little gap that feels bigger than it should, listen closely. Her silence might not be rejection. It might be fear. Women don't ignore men they don't care about. Indifference doesn't require strategy. A woman only becomes guarded when something is at risk. Her heart, her dignity, her emotional safety, her pride. And when a man unknowingly awakens emotions she didn't prepare for, her mind races faster than her feelings can keep up. She starts questioning everything. Why is he getting to me? Why can't I control this? What if I fall and he doesn't catch me? What if I show too much and he pulls back? To protect herself, she steps away, just enough to breathe, but not enough to let you go. You feel punished. She feels exposed. You think she's ignoring you. She thinks she's protecting herself from loving you too fast. Most men misread this moment. They react emotionally, chase harder, argue, over-message, demand answers, or assume they've already lost her. But here's the psychological twist. The more emotional you become, the safer she feels withdrawing. Not because she wants to hurt you, but because your reaction confirms her fear that the connection is unpredictable, too intense, or moving faster than she can handle. A woman who's genuinely falling for you may step back because you've become more than just a man. You've become a risk, a vulnerability, a possibility she didn't schedule for, and strong feelings make a woman behave in ways she can't rationalize. She'll replay your conversations, reread your messages, analyze your tone, question her worth, question your intentions, and question the timing, all of it silently. Her distance is not distance, it's overwhelm. Her silence is not disinterest, it's processing. Her pullback is not goodbye. It's a quiet, I need to feel safe before I go any deeper. You want to know the real reason her silence hurts so much, because whether you admit it or not, you feel something too. Her absence echoes louder than her presence, and deep down, you're scared that giving her space means losing her for good. But the truth is this, if she truly loves you, she won't disappear. She might hide, she might retreat, she might test the emotional waters before jumping. But she won't vanish, she won't forget you, she won't replace you. When a woman loves you, ignoring you is never the end. It's the storm before her clarity. When a woman starts ignoring you, every insecurity you thought you had under control comes crawling back to the surface. You start replaying everything you said, everything you did, every message you sent. You look for a moment you might have ruined something, but the truth is far more complicated and far more revealing about her feelings for you. See, when a woman is developing real emotions, it rarely shows up the way men expect. It doesn't come as affection, openness, or constant attention. Many times, it shows up as hesitation, as silence, as that sudden shift in tone you can feel but can't explain. And the reason is simple. Strong emotions make a woman feel out of control. And when a woman feels out of control, she gets quiet. Most men underestimate how deeply women analyze their own emotions. A woman doesn't just like you, she studies the way you make her feel. She notices how her heartbeat changes when you text, how she thinks about you at random moments, how she starts imagining what it would be like to have you in her world. These thoughts are not light, they're not casual, they're not something she can just shrug off. They hit her in waves, and when those waves get too strong, she steps back to calm the storm inside her. You're not being punished, you're being felt, you're being evaluated, you're being measured against her fears, her past, her expectations, and her secret hope that you might actually be different from every man who disappointed her before. This is where men usually make their biggest mistake. They try to fill the silence, they chase, they push, They over-explain. They give her emotional CPR she never asked for. But a woman who's ignoring you because she cares isn't waiting for you to prove yourself louder. She's waiting to see if you can stay grounded while she navigates her own mind. She's watching how you handle uncertainty, how you respond when you can't control the situation, how you behave when her affection isn't instantly available to you. A woman's love doesn't vanish in silence. It hides, it tests, it questions, and sometimes it trembles. If she loves you, the silence isn't meant to end things. It's meant to understand things. She's trying to figure out if her feelings are real or temporary, if you're emotionally safe or emotionally risky, if your connection is worth investing her heart into, or if she needs to slow herself down before she falls too hard. What you need to understand is this. For a woman, ignoring you isn't about pulling away from you. It's about pulling back into herself. It's her way of grounding her emotions before they carry her somewhere she cannot return from. And the deeper the feelings, the louder the silence. So don't panic, don't spiral, don't assume the worst. Her distance might be the clearest sign that you've touched a part of her heart she wasn't prepared to open yet. The silence of a woman you care about doesn't just make you confused, it makes you question yourself in ways you never admit out loud. You start wondering if you're not enough, if you came on too strong, if she met someone else, or if you somehow did something wrong without realizing it. But here's the part most men never understand. When a woman loves you and starts ignoring you, she's not doubting you. She's doubting her ability to handle what she feels. Women don't fear love. They fear the consequences of choosing the wrong man to give that love to. So when her feelings grow, she steps back to observe you from a distance. In that silence, she studies your character more than your words. She pays attention to how predictable or unpredictable you are. She watches how you handle delays, gaps, uncertainty, and emotional discomfort. Because a woman's heart has been shaped by all the times she trusted too quickly, fell too fast, or believed in someone who disappointed her. Her silence is her shield, and at the same time, her confession that you matter far more than she's ready to admit. The moment she realizes you affect her mood, her thoughts, her expectations, she starts running calculations in her mind. Can she trust you with her emotions? Can she rely on you when things get complicated? Can she open up without being judged or taken for granted? These questions aren't light for her. They're heavy. They're tied to past experiences, past heartbreaks, past versions of herself she promised she'd never repeat. So she doesn't run away. She pauses. She doesn't reject you. She reassesses. She doesn't lose interest. She gains awareness of how much interest she actually has. And that scares her. The silence becomes her temporary safe zone. A place where she can breathe without feeling like she's giving too much of herself too quickly. She wants to move forward, but she wants to make sure the ground beneath her is solid before she takes another step toward you. This is where most men misinterpret everything. They take her pause as a sign of losing interest, and they panic. They chase harder, expecting effort to solve the problem. They demand reassurance. They send long messages explaining their feelings. But a woman who's pulling back because she loves you doesn't need pressure. She needs space to feel safe again. She needs to see that you won't collapse emotionally just because she needs time to understand her own heart. If she loves you, her silence is a vulnerability, not a rejection. It's her heart whispering, "I want this, but I need to be sure." And the truth is, the more she feels for you, the more carefully she moves. A woman doesn't ignore a man she doesn't care about. She ignores the man she could see herself falling for completely. So the question becomes, can you stay steady while she finds her emotional balance? Can you be patient without taking her distance personally? Can you let her come back on her own terms, not your timeline? The hardest part about a woman ignoring you isn't her absence. It's the chaos it ignites in your mind. You start analyzing every word, every glance, every joke. You replay old conversations, wondering if you misstepped. You question your own value. You think, did I do something wrong? Is she losing interest? Is she seeing someone else? And while your mind races, Hers is quietly running its own calculations, calculations that are far more intense than you can imagine. Because a woman who loves you doesn't ignore you out of malice. She ignores you because she feels something so strong, it terrifies her. Here's the truth most men never hear. When a woman pulls back, she's testing not your attention, she's testing your stability. Women instinctively sense emotional volatility. They can feel it in the way you respond to her silence. Do you panic, overtext, overcall, or argue? Or do you remain grounded, calm, and self-assured? Her heart is fragile when she's falling, and the louder her feelings, the quieter she may become, because love for her is a risk she's learning to manage. This is where patience becomes your secret weapon. You see, a woman's mind and heart operate on parallel tracks. Her heart wants you closer, but her mind wants to ensure it's safe to let you in fully. Ignoring you is not an absence of affection, it's a protective pause, a way to measure the depth of your worthiness. She's asking silently, can he handle me at my most intense? Can he stay steady while I work through my own chaos? If you respond by chasing, begging, or over-explaining, you confirm her fears that the connection is unpredictable, fragile, or unsafe. But if you remain calm, self-respecting, and emotionally strong, you send her a silent message, I can handle you, I can handle us, and that is far more powerful than any words you could send. It's the psychological equivalent of a lighthouse, steady, unwavering, and guiding her safely through the storm of her own emotions. Here's another insight most men never consider. Women often fall hardest when they feel a mix of desire and fear. The stronger the attraction, the more she risks by expressing it openly. Her ignoring you isn't rejection, it's her way of testing the waters without drowning in vulnerability. And if she's truly in love, this testing is temporary. She's quietly observing, reflecting, and weighing the emotional security you provide. Your patience becomes her reassurance. Your steadiness becomes her anchor. Your silence in response to her silence becomes the dialogue her heart understands. Remember, this isn't manipulation. This is psychology. This is her natural way of processing intense feelings. And if you misread it, you risk pushing her away. Not because she doesn't care, but because she can sense your insecurity rising like a tidal wave she isn't ready to navigate yet. So here's the ultimate takeaway. A woman ignoring you is rarely a goodbye. It's a pause, a test, a reflection of the depth of her feelings, and the stronger she feels, the more strategic her silence. Your job isn't to chase, it's to understand, to respect, to remain steady while she works through her own heart. When a woman ignores you, it triggers something primal in every man, the fear of loss. You feel powerless, unanchored, like the ground beneath you has shifted. But what if I told you that this fear is exactly what she's counting on? But not in the way you think. She's not trying to hurt you. She's not trying to play games. She's testing your emotional gravity, your ability to stay grounded when she steps back. Because a woman who loves you wants to know one thing more than anything. Can this man remain steady when I reveal the depth of my feelings? Her silence is a mirror reflecting your own emotional maturity. The way you respond to her distance reveals more than words ever could. Do you crumble? Do you panic? Do you overcompensate? Or do you show restraint, patience, and self-respect? The answer determines whether she sees you as a safe harbor or an unpredictable storm. Women instinctively seek stability in a man because love without safety isn't love, it's chaos. And the stronger her feelings, the more she needs to feel that safety before she fully engages. You see, the psychology here is subtle but powerful. Women don't ignore men they don't care about. They don't vanish from men who don't matter. When a woman pulls back, she's signaling that you've reached an emotional threshold, one that challenges her heart and tests her courage. She's asking herself, is he worth the risk? Can I trust him with my vulnerability? Will he stay when I can't control the outcome? And if she loves you, this moment of silence is her secret way of preparing to commit fully once she's sure. Most men respond instinctively to distance by pushing harder. They misread her strategy as rejection and attempt to fill the void with attention, explanations, or pressure. But in reality, this only confirms her fears. You're not proving your love by chasing, you're proving it by standing your ground, by maintaining your dignity, showing emotional resilience, and allowing her space to process. You create an environment where her feelings can surface naturally. She can't fully open to a man who is emotionally unstable or desperate for reassurance. This is why the silent, observing phase is so crucial. It's where her love deepens, quietly, imperceptibly, but with an intensity that words can't capture. Every pause, every delayed response, every thoughtful retreat is her heart strengthening for you. And the irony is, the more you resist reacting impulsively, the more she is drawn to you. Your calm becomes the magnet. Your patience becomes proof that you are the kind of man worth investing her heart in. So here's the essential lesson. Her ignoring you isn't a withdrawal from love, it's a prelude to it. She's not leaving. She's evaluating, processing, and preparing. The stronger she feels, the more strategic her silence. The deeper her affection, the more she tests your stability. And if you can handle that with composure, confidence, and emotional intelligence, you position yourself as the man she can trust with her heart completely. The moment a woman truly loves you, her mind and heart become a battlefield of desire and fear. She wants you, craves you, and feels deeply for you, but she's terrified of moving too fast, of revealing too much, of risking herself with someone who might not understand the depth of her feelings. And that's why she pulls away, why she ignores you, why she creates distance. Because love, for a woman, isn't just about attraction, it's about trust, emotional safety, and the certainty that her vulnerability won't be taken lightly. When she ignores you, she isn't rejecting you. She's testing the boundaries of her own courage. She's asking herself, can I let him in completely? Can I trust him with the parts of me no one else sees? Will he stay if he sees all of me, not just the surface? And here's the crucial insight most men never understand. The more she fears losing herself in love, the more she needs to see that you can handle it. Your response to her silence is a reflection of your emotional gravity. It signals whether you're a man capable of holding her heart or just another temporary flame. This is why patience and emotional steadiness become your ultimate advantage. Chasing, over-explaining, or demanding answers doesn't draw her closer. It confirms her fear that love with you could be chaotic, unpredictable, or unsafe. Instead, when you remain calm, confident, and self-assured, you send her the silent message she's been waiting for. I'm not threatened by your depth. I can handle your intensity. I can stay even when things aren't easy. That is far more attractive than words, texts, or gestures ever could be. A woman who loves you and ignores you is also observing patterns. Your patterns. How do you handle uncertainty? How do you manage your own emotions? How do you respond when her attention isn't immediate? Every choice you make in these moments tells her more about your character than any conversation ever could. She's watching, learning, and measuring whether you're someone who can be trusted with a real, lasting connection. And here's the paradox. The stronger her feelings, the more she tests your patience. Her silence isn't absence, it's a reflection of her intense inner processing. She's imagining the future, weighing her own desires against her fears, and trying to determine if the emotional investment is safe. If she's truly in love, this phase is temporary. Her silence is the calm before the storm of intimacy, trust, and commitment. So if she's ignoring you, don't panic, don't chase, don't overcompensate. Stand firm, stay grounded. Let her heart catch up with the reality of yours. The more you respect her space while remaining emotionally strong, the more she'll feel compelled to return, and with more clarity, passion, and authenticity than ever before. Now I want you to do something for me. Answer this in the comments. If a woman's silence means love and your reaction defines the outcome, what would your strategy be? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who needs to hear this truth about female psychology today.